with my good friend Russell P. Fromm in block 49A of Bien Nacido Vineyards. I've been friends with Russell for a lot of years, and thank God in about, I don't know, 4 years or so ago, he decided that he wanted to make some Bien Nacido Syrah. So we're fortunate for that. He's quite a character. He's well known in the wine scene, making great wines. One thing that's unique about, well, there are many things unique about Russell, but one thing that's unique is he is making Syrah from the On-Top clones. So he has, we're here in 470, it's got 383 right to the south, and further to the south he has 174. He gets a little bit of Estrella now, but for the first few years it was all On-Top. Whereas the other wines that are featured here today are all Estrella, or also known as Bien Nacido clone, because we took it over. So thanks for coming out here today with us, RP. And RP's making his wine up in El Paso de Robles. And tell us a little bit about why you wanted to start making wine here at B&V. You've known about the vineyard, you've known it for a long time, but you finally took the plunge.
Well, my first start, or my second year in the wine business in '98, was just down the hill there at Tantara. And so I just have a love for this place. I mean, every time you come out here, anybody comes out here, this is a memorable vineyard for them.
Russell, you're known for wines that have opulence and depth, complexity, but you're not afraid to let those grapes hang out on the vine. Tell us a little bit about what provokes you to choose a harvest date.
Taste. That's it. I come out, I taste, and when it tastes good, it tastes the way I like it, then I pick. And I often tell people it's taste that steers buying habits. It's taste that we blend in when we're in the winery, and it's taste out here. You start to taste the grapes, and if they don't taste good, or if they have a green edge to them, that's not very appealing to me. So I wait until that goes away. That's really the first sign of yeah, we're getting there, we're getting close. But at the same time, if I ever croak, all it says on the piece of paper is, wait until you're the last one in the vineyard and wait a week and then pick. And you'll nail it right on.
How did you determine that in 2012 you were going to make a vineyard designate with the wine that we're tasting today, and not blend it into one of your other high-end blends like Nuts and Bolts? Exactly.
I wanted to, in 11 I started getting this block in 11, and the blend that we did, 11 was a cool year, and especially in Paso, so I get a lot of fruit from Paso, and when I came down here, this fruit, even in Santa Maria, was a little bit riper than some of the, and had more depth and more color than a lot of the stuff I was getting other places. So I had to sacrifice it to go into Nuts and Bolts. Not sacrifice, but I had to. It really helped bolster up Nuts and Bolts. So I'm not a guy that is headstrong right off the bat. I'm going to do a vineyard designate. At the end of the day, the best wine, my job is to make the best wine I can. So in 11 it didn't work. In 12 we had enough great things for all the other wines. I said, man, I really want to do a vineyard designate from this place because it is so special. But that's kind of, in 12 I said, well, I'm going to do it. And so, yeah, we had 16 barrels from this block. Number one, which we talked about earlier, is taste. When the grapes taste good, that's when you pick. And also, in 12, unlike 11, 10, 12, and luckily enough 13 and 14, you can pick, even in cool climate, you can pick any day. You want to pick Wednesday, you want to pick Friday. Once it tastes good, the ripening was just so even, and it was so catered to the winery of when you want to pick. It wasn't like, oh, we have a rainstorm coming, oh, we have a heat spike. This area was just perfectly, it was about 80 degrees all at 12, no big heat spikes, so why not wait and see what it can do on a year like that? So every year it changes a little bit, and 12 was one of my favorites as far as a vintage. There was no, it was just made in the vineyard. And when it tasted great, and it did, every bit of it tasted great, and we decided, well, we're gonna pedal to metal. We're gonna put it on brand new oak, and not just regular oak, but like oak with metal plaques on it.
Cool guy.
Shit that you don't get anywhere else. What do you have that's not in the book? I want those barrels for Bien Nacido. And so we just went headstrong and went deep, and
All destemmed?
all destemmed.
All destemmed.
And it has a tad bit, about 2% Viognier, that we co-fermented. And
as far as maceration, are you extending that at all with the Bien Nacido? I know you've kind of notorious for doing some record-breaking extended macerations.
Yes.
But what about this one?
And this one, we just did 7-8 day cold soak. We got exactly 2 tons an acre in 12. Exactly, and
that's about what you're shooting for on this.
This is what we're shooting for here, yeah. And the grapes were super, super intense, and then we decided, well, we're all in. Let's Saignée. The little dirty little secret of high-end winemaking. The secret no one tells.
Don't say anything.
Take a little bit of that juice out to even get more skin to juice ratio and to make it even more powerful.
How long are you leaving a wine like this in the barrel before bottling?
24 months is a good time. 16 months is a lot of the wines we bottle at 16 months, and those are ones that have a little more fruit, some more warm climate vineyards that are in the blend, like On the Road, Nuts and Bolts. And then for the cool climate stuff, it really it starts to fold. All the elements, the earth and the meat, and it starts to fold at about 16 months. And then at 24 is when I think it's ready to go. And with 100% oak, you didn't want that to overpower it, so we decided that was the time. And again, we just taste it. We determine when we bottle. We don't want to bottle it, we don't bottle it. I'm inspired by all kinds of different wines. I try a lot of wines. And I tell you can learn a lot from I think you can learn a lot more from a bad wine than you can a good one. Good ones you just sit back and enjoy, and the bad ones you figure out, all right, what not to do. Right. Don't let this happen.